Chat, what's good? What's good? Welcome back. Welcome back. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Make sure everything's good on my end real quick. Hey Marco, what's going on? Lepka, good to see you. Good to see you. Let's go. I'm pumped. Back-to-back days on stream this week. Today, or yesterday and today. Can't wait for today's session. Me too. I always have a good time with you guys. How's everybody's morning? How's everybody's afternoon, evening? Hello, Marco. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you from Italy, Salvatore, a fellow Italian. ChartFanatics is the best tool out there. ChartFanatics is a great tool to use. Are there any giveaways today? We should be doing giveaways. We've been doing giveaways every single time we hit a specific milestone. But we try our best to give away as much as possible. Nice to see all of you guys in here. How's everybody doing today? Gold needs to take the lows. Yeah, we're going to take a look at everything. Good trades, everyone. Anybody take any trades yet today? I'm currently in a trade right now. I took not too long ago with more of a wider stop. So we'll see. I'll go over that in a moment with you guys. Love from India. Love all the way back to you in India, brother. Welcome, master. All right. Of course, none of this would be possible without our sponsors. The usual. Market Journal for all your best news. Let's cook. Damn, let's cook. I'm down for that. Gold sell in London. We're going to take a look at gold. Gold had a wild move in Asia yesterday. Sucks because I've been wanting to get inside gold, get in some longs, and just there's been a lack of opportunity on the on gold. Here we go, prop firm trader. Boom. They do a bunch of giveaways every single week. TradeZella. Okay, I've been talking to you guys about TradeZella every single time I'm on stream. I use TradeZella on a daily basis. If you guys don't use it, you're missing out, and you're missing out big time. For the new trader, for the experienced trader, for every trader, get on TradeZella. And of course, discount code CF20. Save money. Good morning, Nicole. Hello from Ethiopia. Hello back to you in Ethiopia. Love from Nigeria. All love to Nigeria. All right, guys. And of course, Apex for all of your best discounts on the future side. And then we got Funded Next for all your best, for the best trading in the Forex side, the CFD side of things. So without further ado, let's hop into some charts, yeah? I just want to make sure my screen is working here. So one moment. Yeah, it is. I believe, right? All good? I think we're all good. Let me know. Yeah, I think we're all good on my end. Cool. It's nice to see you guys in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, sir. Bro, do videos on Interaquity channel. We have a lot of new YouTube videos coming out on the Interaquity channel, so just stay tuned. We did post a recent one last week. If you want to stay up to date with those, just all my socials are going to be in the description of the live stream. My Instagram, my Twitter, the YouTube. So if you want to go follow those, you can go ahead and do that. Lots more content coming for you guys. Backtesting on TradeZella can be a priceless resource, 100%. Not even the backtesting is great. Don't get me wrong, especially for the more newer trader, the trader that's learning. But man, the features they've added, like collecting all the data, there's just everything in one platform, which is like a dream come true for a trader. So, love from Nigeria. Glad to catch the live trading. Welcome in. Welcome to all the new people. And of course, welcome to all the reoccurring people. I see a lot of familiar names in here, so I appreciate all of you guys showing up, showing love. One favor for me. Do one favor. Before I break down my trade I have on right now. By the way, I just have the sell tool on because I'm on the minis. I always monitor on the minis, but in this example, I took it on the micros, so you can see I'm in a short on the micros here. So we'll go over everything in a second. But before, do me one favor. One favor. Like the stream. Thumbs up. Like the stream. Share the stream. All right, we'll be doing more and more giveaways. The more likes we get, the more giveaways we do. It's so simple. Just smash that like button for me. Smash that like button. I believe yesterday, what did we get? Did we get over 200 likes yesterday? I think we got over 200 likes yesterday, so we got to beat that. Come on. That's light work for us. Cool. All right. So let's talk about a couple things. First of all, I just want to go over gold. What gold did last night. Look at this thing. We'll go to the 1 hour so we can talk. But look at that 1 hour candle we got. This was right off the back of... so market opened here last night. And then we had a sell-off. Cleared the lows. And then boom, explosion to the upside. And we're talking 400 ticks in the matter of an hour. So... And then that wasn't even... I mean, I think... Was there like some sort of Trump news actually? There was something, right? I don't remember. But yeah, big move on gold last night. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. On the daily perspective, we've traded above the daily high. We traded above the weekly high. We've also traded below the daily low. So if you look at the daily right now, we're kind of... Right? We only have a high and low from today, basically. So it's in a weird spot. However, I can see shorts. I can see longs. I'm just going to wait on gold right now because this move... Literally, if you think about this, guys, look at this. Lows built, highs built, both taken out. So what do I do when that occurs? I wait. Because as of right now, I don't see liquidity. So maybe price can come down to these lows. Mark this out here. Maybe price can come down to these lows. If I can... There we go. Come down to this area down here and maybe build liquidity at the lows. Right? And then maybe you can look for a short. If it's going to short, of course. But again, as of right now, because of this big move last night, unfortunately it was in Asia, I just have to wait on gold. And that's, again, you guys notice that's it's been a common theme for me. When I don't see liquidity, I wait. I wait for liquidity to get built. As liquidity is engineered and built for me, things become a lot easier to read and unfold. Let me get caught up on chat here. Gold short according to your strategy? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure right now. Lots of love from India. Much love back to India. Please visit India once. Maybe in the future we're gonna have to get an Indian trip or an India trip done. Done. All love. I'm assuming you guys are talking about likes. Did we go up in likes already? Nice. We're already at 70. We're almost at 100 likes already. Again, please, everyone, all the new people in here, please share the stream, like the stream. It helps us and it also helps you guys. Okay, we're gonna be giving away free accounts, free challenges, free TradeZella subscriptions. Okay, who doesn't like this? Talking about my trade on NQ. So, not the most beautiful. However, let's talk about the higher time frame real quick. So, we discussed this yesterday on our live call, and I talked about how this big bullish move we got on Friday, I'm deeming it to be false. Okay, because we had a bunch of liquidity built up, and we swept all of it. So now I think that we're going to get some sort of move back down to the downside. Okay, and maybe come back down for a weekly low. So I think we're going to be trading to the downside on the higher time frame. So that's what I'm trying to align with right now on the lower. If we hop into the more intraday time frames, we can see that price. Let's see. Let's go to more London periods. So London price action. Let me get rid of this. London price action sold off to the downside, clearing internal liquidity. So in my mind, that tells me sellers are induced, right? So look at this price action we get on the way back up as we trade towards the high, right? Look how choppy it is. Building liquidity, all right? Not only building, but look, every single time we come into these areas on the left-hand side where sellers are interested in taking positions from, it rejects, right? You have to think about why. Why does this happen? It's because of this. We've taken these lows out. So sellers are going to be viewing this as, again, their BOS, right? Their market structure shift, all these different things. So they're going to see momentum to the downside. They want to see price into these areas for continuations down. Okay. Now, price continuously trades up very sluggishly, right? Like you look how long this took. It took a matter of almost 3 hours. Okay. Then we traded above the highs, trapping sellers, tapping into this area on the left. Reaction down. I waited for a pullback. And here is an entry I've taken. Okay, and my stop, again, always covering the high. Now, I always like to think of possible outcomes. So, again, my higher time frame, I'm more leaning on sells. Again, based off this move we had on Friday. However, on an intraday basis, I don't think it's impossible for price to come up and sweep these highs. We have at 23,520. This is definitely possible. Okay, so and that's fine. If this is going to be an early sell, I'll take the L. I'll move on and see if I'll reanalyze. And if there's another opportunity to ride it down, I'm going to look for it. So I'm just staying open to all possible outcomes right now. If we do choose to sell off from here, that's fine. I'm going to be looking to target these lows. All right, so we'll put a line down here. There it is. So these lows, which was set in Asia. So Asia low. And yeah, we'll monitor accordingly. So again, I do believe there's still a possible upside because I really don't like how this price action looks. Very, very choppy and ugly. So I believe there might be some liquidity up here that we can hunt for. So again, if I'm wrong on this entry, if I'm early, I'll reanalyze above the highs. And if there's another opportunity to take a sell, we'll take it. We'll take it. Let me get caught up on chat here for a second. Did we just hit a 4-hour SIBI? I'm not sure what a SIBI is. Not sure what a SIBI is. I was waiting for that sweep of gold last night and took a big piece of it because of your teachings, Marco. Thank you so much for your excellent teachings. Much love, Craig Smith. And that's a W for you, man. That is a W. Good stuff. Keep at it. What's the trade you're in right now? NQ shorts. CJ, what liquidity do you want to see get built on gold? Yeah, I was just talking about that, how we can possibly come down to these lows if we're going to sell. However, I think there's a possible opportunity still for longs to the upside based off the higher time frames. But I could be wrong. So we're going to have to wait on gold. Again, like I said, that big move we had in Asia yesterday, kind of, like I'm sidelined right now. And I was messaging some of my buddies last night, some good friends, and I was talking about the move, and I was like, when these kind of moves happen, it sucks because it's in Asia. I'm not trading. And also, it's going to be sidelined most likely for New York today. So, and I already made that decision yesterday, understanding, like with my experience and stuff with the market, I understand if there's a big move like that happening in Asia, New York the following day is going to be a little bit tough. Hi, Marco. I am back again. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you for hopping in. Like and subscribe 100%, guys. Please toss a like on the stream for the boy, for the team, for ChartFanatics. We got a lot of stuff coming for you guys. A lot of stuff planned. Good things coming. As always. Are you in NQ? Yes, I am right now. Again, I always do my analysis on the minis. In this example here, I took the trade on the micros. It just depends on my risk and the setup overall. The setup isn't the best. I think there is definitely possibility for the downside. We still yet to trade into stock open. So there's a couple boxes unchecked right now. So that's why I've been taking, I took the trade on the micros today. For now, at least. I'm still confused on liquidity and spotting it in the reversals. Man, it is, it won't come just like that. Especially if you're learning my concepts, how I trade and stuff, it'll take time. For sure. Just like anything. Anything new in life, you got to practice it over and over and over. Repetition, consistency, and things will get easier. Just like anything in life, right? We can't go to the gym and immediately go lift very, very heavy weights. Doesn't work like that, right? You got to start light and work your way up. Marco, can you please comment on the GU chart? Regards. What time is it? 9:15. Okay, we got 15 minutes to stock open. Sure, that's fine. We'll go look at some Forex. I don't trade Forex, so take this with a grain of salt. I'm not in tune with these charts right now currently. All right, so I can see that we have traded above this high on the left-hand side, which caused this bearish move down. Nothing I really like right now, to be honest with you guys. But then we took that internal low out. Yeah, right after that internal low was taken, we had this big bullish move up, running for this internal, which makes sense, right? Think about it from this perspective, guys. Look, we build on the way down, build, okay? We swipe the low from the left, big bullish move up, okay? What was the intention of this bullish move? Think about it. Anybody selling from these highs, they're now out of the market, okay? And that's why we've had this bearish move back down. Let's see, on a more intraday perspective, I think sells can occur on GU. I'm leaning more towards sells. We've now just traded above this high as well. So I think there could be downside possibility on GU. But that's all I see. That is all I see. This long was nasty. That was sick. Up into these internal highs here. Again, think about the logic behind this whole move, the reasoning behind this bullish move. Why did this occur? That's because anybody selling at these highs, guys, in this price action, they've had liquidity above these highs. Okay, low gets taken from the left, induces sellers. So now all these areas, they're going to be areas that sellers want to take entries from. And look at the bullish move that occurred. Liquidated all of them. Trap, 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 and then liquidates all of them. Traps them all. And that's why you're now seeing the sell move back to the downside. Marco, you bring a lot of logic, much easier to understand the chart and the movement. That's it. Yeah, again, you have to understand, just like any strategy out there, guys, this is theories and stuff like that, but this is just built through my raw experience, right? So I understand what like the common trader would, how they would view the market, how they would want to enter the market, and then I just trade against that, right? I wait for them to enter, right? And I always talk about this. What is my edge? My edge is solely built and based off of traders getting trapped. So in order for me to take a trade, I have to establish and I have to build a story that traders have been trapped, right? They've been taken out of the market. They've been liquidated, however you want to define it. And then I trade the opposite way, right? So again, if you view this move here as a BOS to the downside, okay, and if you write a BOS here, right, we took the lows, maybe it depends. Everybody can trade differently at the end of the day, but maybe you took sells here, okay? Maybe you were looking to take sells up here, and then maybe you were looking to take sells up here as well. Look how every single area gives a reaction. Coincidence, right? And then the high gets taken, sellers are trapped, and now there's a sell occurring. Okay, so again, that's just a very brief and quick summary of how I trade. My sole edge is built off traders getting trapped. Okay, and again, if you guys are new here, ChartFanatics channel just uploaded 2 weeks ago. We uploaded a 2-hour long video about how I trade. Me and Riz sat down and broke it down from A to Z, talking about everything. So if you guys haven't watched the ChartFanatics video yet, please go ahead and watch that. There is a shit ton of value in there. Shit ton. So much. What can we do to improve our eye on liquidity? There is no shortcut, guys. Right? There's not just going to be one answer for you guys where you just need to focus on this. My best advice for you is literally just consistency, repetition, and consistency. Okay? Make mistakes. Learn from them. Apply to the charts. Make mistakes. Learn from them and continuously apply to the charts over and over and over. It won't come like this. It won't come in a week. Probably won't come in 2 weeks. Probably won't come in a month. Okay, but that's the point of consistently applying things over and over and over. Repetition. How many years did it take you to build liquidity? A while. A lot of hours. A shit ton of hours. There was one year, and we talked about this briefly in a story. There was 1 year where I didn't leave, and this isn't necessary, honestly, but I didn't leave my computer for like months. I would wake up, eat, stare at my charts, and monitor live price action from 2 a.m. So I'd basically sleep during the day and stay awake through the night so I could view London session and a little bit of Asia and then all of New York. As soon as New York finished at around noon my time, 12 p.m. my time, I go to sleep throughout the day and I'd wake up again for late Asia, early London. And I did that for like 10 months. And I'm talking like 10, 12-hour days. Again, was that necessary? There probably was a more efficient way of going about it because I was a zombie. I didn't see the sunlight. I swear to God. I didn't go see my friends. I didn't go do nothing. But it's what it takes sometimes. A lot of sacrifice. A lot of sacrifice. Again, guys, I apologize if I'm ever missing your question or I'm missing a comment. Don't spam it, but go ahead and comment or post it again because it's hard to keep up with everybody's comments all the time. Good morning, Marco. Good morning back to you, Jason. Appreciate you hopping in with us. I always see you in here, so it's nice to see a familiar name. Like and subscribe. I agree. Like and subscribe, please, guys. Share the stream. We're gonna have a solid day today. We're gonna have a solid week. We're going to have a solid week. So would you be buying USD CAD here? I haven't even looked at USD CAD. This is extremely simple. ICT is way too complex for the average trader. I won't speak on the ICT concepts because I don't use it, and I haven't really ever applied it. So I've literally, the only ICT concepts I know of is like if I've seen it on Twitter or I've seen it on social media. So again, I won't ever really comment on it. I know there's a lot of profitable ICT concept traders out there. So like we talked about in the past, guys, there's not just one magical strategy out there. There is many again, go look at the ChartFanatics channel, for example. A lot of people on that channel trade differently, right? You have like order flow traders, trendline, SMC traders, like ICT concepts. Then you have like my liquidity concepts. Like everybody, most people, I think for the most part on that channel, trade differently, right? What does that tell you then? A lot of these strategies work. It's not usually the strategy that's the problem, guys. It's the trader, right? It's the psychology that you guys struggle with, which is fine. That's a normal problem a lot of people run into. But that's something to think about for sure. No liquidity has been taken on your NQ trade. Not sure what that means. But every chart and every trade is different, right? No. At the end of the day, I have rules and a plan I have to follow on a daily basis. So for the most part, if I go through my journal, like a bunch of my trades on my Discord, and you go through all of them, for the most part, they're all like the same. Can we use your strategy for any session? Definitely. Well, the thing is about the way I trade, guys, it's fractal to all time frames. So the way I view the market on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15, the hourly, all the way up to the weekly, price prints the same in my eyes on every single time frame. Of course, the higher time frames, it just takes a lot longer to play out, of course, right? Because if I have a setup on the daily chart, it'll take days or weeks to play out. But if I have a setup on the 5 minute chart, it could take an hour. It could take a session to play out, of course. So obviously, the higher the time frame is, the longer it's going to take to play out. 260 people in the live already, and one of those 260 is Wifey. Love Wifey in here. She's always showing support. Would you take a look at USD CAD? Yeah, we'll take a look at some more Forex in a moment here, guys. I know a lot of you guys are Forex traders. Great. Marco has an entry today. Way to go. No edge, no execution. That's it. Always. Honestly, guys, listen. If NQ does sell off, I could be wrong. It could fly on the higher time frames. However, if the way I view the higher time frame right now is correct, I think this thing's gonna dump. Okay, that's the way I view it. However, guys, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm a trader. I have to apply my system, apply my plan, manage my risk, and let the numbers work for me. That's it. So again, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't always know where these things are going, where these assets are heading. But again, based off what I see right now on NQ, if the higher time frame is correct and we are going to sell off, I see a big move, a big move. Please, analysis on EU top down, guys. You guys love these Forex pairs. Okay, I'm gonna go take a look. I'll go take a look at these Forex pairs. EU looks incredibly ugly right now. All right, weekly chart. And listen, when you get price action like this, look at this. This should just tell you so much already on the weekly. Previous week spiked out low, high. Now this week we're literally trading within last week's range, high and low, and that's why we're ranging so hard right now. Look, we stab the highs, we sell off, and now what? We're respecting the lows. So guys, this is like no trading for me right now. We're in like you can consider this kind of price action right here no man's land. So listen, I know you guys want me to be like buy EU right now, short EU right now. I wouldn't touch EU right now, okay? And that is my experienced opinion, I'll say. I would not touch this thing right now, this pair. Let's make 400 viewers today. Guys, listen, if we hit 400 viewers today, not only are we going to break a record, but we are 100% going to be giving away a lot today. Okay? And we'll make sure of it. We'll message Riz, and Riz will hop in and give away a bunch of accounts. He promised me. ICT is also talk more about liquidity because all is liquidity in the markets. Yeah, I'm not too sure, man. I am not too sure. Please make a psychology video based on my system. There is a lot of psychology videos I've made for my community already. If bulls are trapped, do we look for longs or shorts? So if bulls are trapped, which means buyers, I would look for buys. I would look for buys. What is your view on ES1? Let's go back to what's going on here. NQ is still kind of hanging out around entry, and I'm not surprised because stock open hasn't happened yet. So I believe that stock open, to be honest with you, can spike my entry, the high. Maybe we can come up here and then see the short. Definitely possible. But that's why I have my stop loss covering the high. That is why I have the stop covering the high. And someone said ES. We'll go take a look. We go take a look. I believe it's somewhat similar to NQ. I think the highs can go on ES though. So these highs here. I'm not too sure though. Like, when I'm not also looking at a pair actively, I don't really like to look at it. I mean, if I had to kind of pinpoint something, I think the highs will go H4 high before a sell move occurs. But that's all I see right now. I kind of just want to solely focus on the trade I'm in. What indicator do you use? This is just a private indicator. Nothing crazy. We've talked about it before, but it just marks out daily highs, weekly highs, H4. That's it. Volume is much better. I agree. I like the downside on ES and NQ. Yeah, like I said, guys, if my higher time frame bias is correct, I believe we will see a big move. However, I could be wrong, and we can blast to the upside, and I can take a stop loss to the chin. That's trading. Are we getting a trade today, Mr. Riz? I am in a trade right now. So we'll wait and see what happens here. We have stock open in about 2 minutes. Guys, I didn't even check, and this is very unprofessional for me. We don't have news. I don't think we do, right? Yeah, we don't. We don't. So we'll wait for stock open here. I think, again, my entry, the high can get spiked before a sell. Or we come up here for 23,520. That's possible as well. The name of the indicator is private. It's a private one, so you won't be able to find it, unfortunately. How do you define your A+ setup? Listen, an A+ setup for me, guys, is if everything, all the boxes are checked per my system, like all my confluences, okay? Like the technical side of things, timing. I only see one scenario in front of my face. Like that's an A+ setup. And maybe obviously if my previous, like if I've been trading well, psychology, I feel well, like my confidence is up, I can size in more to these trades, right? But I think it's a whole collective thing, right? It's not just purely based off technicals for me to have an A+ setup. I need to be feeling confident on the charts as well. Are we in this? Yes, sir, Riz. We are in this right now, so we'll have to wait and see what happens here. We're either going to take a stop loss to the chin today, or we take a nice W. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, I think if the higher time frame is correct, I could be wrong, but if the higher time frame is correct, I think the higher we could have a big move to the downside. But these highs are also in the cards. So a couple different scenarios, and for that reason alone, that's why I'm not sizing too much right now. I have decent volume, and I think I could possibly add more. Yeah, I can add more if it looks better after. So we'll keep that open. Did you read any books for psychology? I do not. Okay, stock open's coming in here, guys, so let's see what happens. I think, again, the highs can get spiked before we see a sell too. So there it is. Highs spiked right now. How long do I need to train my eye? There's no definitive answer. You just got to consistently show up, apply your concepts, apply, practice. Consistency and repetition, in my opinion, is the most important when it comes to trading. All right, stock open has just opened up. We have just spiked the highs. Came a little deeper into the area on the left-hand side. However, my stop is covering the high, right? So I've accounted for all of this already. But Lepeka, to answer your question, to be honest with you, I didn't read any books on psychology. The only psychology I've really looked at is Words of Wisdom, guys. Literally, the podcast. If you guys haven't watched the pods, I don't know what you're doing. Especially if you don't read any books based on psychology. How to start ICT? I'm not too sure, bro. I don't trade ICT, so I'm not entirely sure. My stop is covering the high. We'll see. I might take an L here. If we do run bullish, guys, I'll keep an eye on these highs here. Like I said, 23,520 will be my next area to monitor if this is going to be an incorrect entry. Look at this spike. Yeah, nothing too crazy yet. This is kind of like a classic stock open kind of situation right now. Came all the way to the extreme. Pain. I'm not sized in too much, Riz, so it's not too much pain. If I was sized in, I'd be a little bit more of a... be a little bit more pain. But we're okay. How much do you risk per trade? It depends on the setup, but I'll risk anywhere in between. I usually have like a daily risk limit, so I won't ever risk more than 2%. All right, I'm out of this. Yeah, I'm out of this now. I won't ever risk more than 1.5% in a day. So about, it depends what account I'm trading. But yeah, 1.5% is like my daily risk limit, basically. All right, so I'm out of this trade right now, guys. Well, next area I'm going to monitor is these highs. Blanco says, I'm glad I didn't enter this trade. With the benefit of hindsight, I would say the same thing. Can you look for gold? Well, I'll take a look at gold quickly. Yeah, nothing I like on gold right now. Nothing too pretty on gold currently. All right, we're hunting for these highs on the left. Again, I'm going to monitor and see what price does above these highs. If we can, we'll see, we'll see. Let me take a look on this price action from the left. Could be an opportunity to short above these highs. We'll see, guys. I'm gonna keep an eye on NQ right now. Will we hit a new record? What are we at right now? 330? Yo, please, guys, big favor. Simple favor. Like the stream. Thumbs up. Share the stream. Tell your dog to like. Tell your cat to like it. Brother, sister, aunt, uncle, mother, father. Everybody. Let's go. Gold dead today. Are we surprised? Did you see the move we had in Asia? Accept pain-free, close the laptop in my rules. There you go. Always follow the plan. I have like a risk limit, so if I take like, I don't care if I take an L. However, I'm never gonna breach my daily risk limit. So I have a specific figure I'm comfortable risking every single day. If I get to it, then I'm done, right? I'm cut off. I'm done. Marco, please look at AMD. I don't know what that is. Do you feel like it's risky to take a trade before 9:30? I do not. Any trades taken so far? Yes, sir. I took an NQ short. Well, I'm early, so I did take an L. Do you feel that it's risky to take? No, I read that. Liked from my dog. Yo, let's go. I told that dog I said appreciate it. Promise top-down analysis on EU, please. I literally just did that for you. I just broke down EU for 5 minutes before stock open. So if you missed it, rewind. Some people hate news. I don't like news. It always ruins the price action. Yeah, it really depends. Like, the way I view news is if I have a bullish bias and we have a sell-off on news, I love news because then typically there'll be a buy opportunity back up. However, if I have a bullish bias and news goes long off the release, it's most likely going to be a chop day for me. It's going to be done. I'm back for more W. 2+ wins yesterday, and today you got 3.6 R. Well done, Marco. Well done. Eagerly waiting for Interequity's new video. Yeah, we have a lot of new videos coming. I promise. Lots of new stuff coming. Just stay patient. YM spiked the highs. Oh, that looks good. Above these highs here. Possibly missed that. Let's see, guys. Let's see. What has ES done? ES spiked the highs, I'm assuming. Yeah, we spiked the highs there on ES as well. What's prop firm can you trade via TradingView? Listen, I'm not that good when it comes to this because I only use Tradevate. So Tradevate, if you look at the bottom here, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. I'm logged into Tradevate. So I'm able to use TradingView via Tradevate. So that's what I do. Personally. Please let us know how you mark the liquidity points, which different time frames. I mark liquidity the same across all time frames. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. Yes, best platform is TradingView. Yeah, that's one of the big reasons why I moved to futures, guys, is because I love doing my analysis on TradingView. Well, sorry, my analysis and entering. Sorry. Promise, you keep telling me to do things I've already done, bro. If you can just listen carefully when I'm going through the charts, because I've broken down a bunch of gold charts already, and I've broken down your EU charts already, so like I said before, guys, I'm currently sidelined on gold, so I'm just focusing on indices right now. I think we can have some sort of sell. I had my first entry looks like it was early, so we'll have to wait and see what comes along here. I'm not touching gold, promise. Thank you, Mark. I took a short on ES and it worked out. Thank you. Much love. Much love. Sorry, Nikolai. Well done. Well done. I think it took the highs, right? Took the highs. I had a little bit of a reaction. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens now, guys. Like I said, if NQ goes short on the higher time frames, like I said, I'm viewing a big sell to occur. However, it's not impossible for this thing to blast off to the upside too. Like, look at the highs we've left. So if my bias is correct and we have downside potential on the higher time frames, then again, I can this move here would be big. People are not listening. It's all good. Maybe some people are in and out of the stream and they miss it, right? What's going on, Marco? How you doing? Good to see you in here, Farid. I saw you in here yesterday, so welcome back, guys. I think we're almost at our record, viewers. Almost at our record. So if you guys could do me a massive favor, like the stream, share the stream, it would be much appreciated. All right, guys, we're gonna go short here on YM with my stop above the high. Most likely might be. It depends. I don't think actually I will be at my risk limit for the day, so we'll wait and see what happens here. I do think we will see these lows swept out. H4 high ran, tapped into an area on the left-hand side. We'll have to wait and see. This is an extreme entry, so listen, if you guys are taking the same trades as me, maybe cut down your risk a bit on this one. I only have one con. But I could be wrong today. So if my bias is incorrect, we'll have to reanalyze it and see where I went wrong. Marco, 2 days in a row is top tier. Let's go. Let's go. Will you add more? It all depends. It just depends how the price action is delivered. So as of right now, no, definitely not, right? Because we just had a reaction to the upside. Overall, I want to see price stay below the high because that's where my stop is. It's a tight stop. However, it's an extreme entry. So I would definitely classify this one as being a little more risky. The RR is good, so I don't mind taking it. Like I said, guys, I don't care too much about being right and wrong. However, I want my losses to stay small and my winners to be drastically bigger. I just let the numbers do the work for me. That's it. But you guys will see. If we get some clean PA to the downside, of course I'll add. But again, I could be, my whole higher time frame bias could be incorrect, right? So I'm not going to fight that. I could take, looks like we're going to take 2 L's today, to be honest with you guys. Back-to-back L's. NQYN? No, this is YM. Yeah, guys, looks like my extreme entry is going to be not too pretty here. I'm not going to fight this, so yeah, I'm out. I caught a 10 RR trade today, but my risk was so low. 1 second, guys. I just want to take a look at my daily P&L. Okay, I am below my risk limit. However, my higher time frame could be incorrect, so I'm not going to fight that. On average, how many trades do I take per week? This was my first trade this week, right? And I didn't take a trade yesterday. Last week, I took 2 trades, and I was up quite a bit of money. However, Falak says, Marco, 10 squats for every L. Okay, I got 20 squats due for you guys, because I took 2. The second one was small, but we'll see. I don't love. It's unfortunate because it's in a difficult spot. I see so much potential to the downside on the higher time frames, but my lower time frames could just be early, unfortunately. The part of adding, so in order for me to add on a trade, I literally just need to see another setup form, right, on the lower time frames. That's it. Load up new account and full port. Are we going heavy risk today or what? I only have 2 fundeds on this copier and a lot of challenges, so I could care less about the challenges because I usually trade those high risk anyways. But we're definitely not gonna full port. This guy Riz wants me to do some entertaining over here. Do them now. We'll see. We'll see. If I'm not just gonna enter to enter. If we have any more trades, we'll take something else. But I'm still below my risk limit for the day anyway, so I don't mind it. Marco, how much do you risk per trade? It depends what account I'm trading. If I'm trading funded accounts, I will risk anywhere in between 0.5% to 1%, and then I usually have like a daily risk limit. I am not in any short on NQ right now. I am not in any trades right now. We'll see. I could have been early on YM, so we can monitor this for a bit. This buildup we've had here, guys, is what I have my eyes on. And again, that higher time frame could have some potential to the downside. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. How much is your 1%? So I have a bunch of 50K accounts. I only trade 50Ks. That's because when I made the transition to futures, I got a bunch of 50K fundeds, and now since I all trade them on a copier, I don't want to have a mix of like 100Ks and 50Ks, so I just kept them all at 50. And I have quite a bit of funded accounts right now, but again, they're all 50s. That's all I do. Bro, short YM right now. It could short. We'll see. 9:47, so the 15-minute closed up. NQ's had a reaction to the downside. Gold kind of just in a range right now. YM trade was a great one. I don't know what happened. Yeah, listen, the direction could be... That's why I told you guys. The entry itself was a little more risky. I'm at the extreme. So that's why you got to be careful on those ones. Don't break your rules. 2 trades done. I have more of a risk limit. Of course, if I have like a full risk on 2 trades, yeah, I'm probably done. However, I always have a risk limit set for myself, which I won't breach any day. Unless I'm trading challenges. Because, those ones are... I'm a little bit more lenient on challenges, guys. But, of course, if I'm trading funded, it's a different story. I think there's more liquidity on 1 hour high using your strategy. I'm not sure which asset you're talking about. NQ is moving down. I missed it. NQ is moving down. Quite aggressively. Trading hard live is so much harder than just trading in silence. Thanks for doing it, Marco, and Words of Wisdom for setting it up. Of course. I'll take losses with you guys. I'll take wins with you guys. It does not bother me. I still show up every single day and practice my plan. Will I trade more today? Listen, Riz told me to full port, so that's the boss man. I have to listen to boss man. What do I think in my mind when I lose a trade? I don't care, to be honest, guys. That's the thing. Everybody focuses on like the single trade result. It means nothing over a long period if you manage your risk, right? If your risk is all over the place, one loss, if it crushes all of your winners out, obviously you're doing something wrong, right? But like, for example, guys, I'm down $480 on my accounts, and I think $480 on each account. And last week on Wednesday, I had a trade that made me $1,300 on every single account, right? So think about my losses are so small, yet but when I win, they're 3, 4, 5 times bigger, right? And that's all that matters. So unfortunately, it sucks sometimes when you take a loss because like it's a shot to your ego, I guess you could say. But don't just focus on one single trade result. It'll destroy your mental. Just took 1,500 on shorting NQ on one contract. Well done. Well done. Let's see what NQ is doing right now. So 9 a.m. has spiked out all these lows. Gold is just so ugly right now. Riz says, let's go. This guy Riz is hyped up for me to full port. Riz, do I send all the accounts on one trade? Planning to take a sell below 22,342. I'm not too sure. Oh, so below the lows, I guess. I'm not too sure. Need a giveaway today? I don't think we haven't beaten yesterday's live viewers yet. We're like 20, 30 viewers off, so we can't do that giveaway yet. What is my favorite asset to trade? I would say NQ. I would say NQ is probably my favorite. We don't condone that behavior. I agree, Riz. We don't. We're only trying to breed and preach about proper and professional trading habits. No degeneracy over here. A+ only. What's today's plan, Marco? Well, the plan was to show up and make a boatload of money on NQ, but that didn't happen to start. So now we have to reevaluate. We're approaching 10 a.m., so 4-hour closes are going to be coming in soon. So this is what the 4 hour is looking like right now on YM. 4 hour on NQ. Yucky currently. I'm here every day. Does that make me an A+ subscriber? 100%. Farid, 100%. A+ subscriber. Much love, brother. Appreciate you tuning in all the time. NQ buys to the highs? Possibly. Possibly. We've left these highs from the left, which is definitely interesting, right? A lot of manipulation on NQ today, no tradable. Yeah, right now, like, my short before was fine. I don't, even after taking the loss, I don't hate it. However, for this to take out the highs and short from here, I don't like it now because we've left these highs. So this would not be a short I would be taking. Which time frame for execution on a trade? I take entries anywhere from the 15 to the 1. I'm going to sell on ES right now. I don't know what ES looks like right now. I would be careful selling ES currently. Since these lows are gone, I believe the highs will go now. Do you trade FVG? I don't trade just like an FVG, no. I am also day one. Yes, sir. I know. You're a familiar name. I appreciate you for showing up all the time as well. Much love. Price still trading in this area from the left-hand side. Has now tapped in here. Oof. I have an itchy finger to take this trade, but we'll see, guys. We'll see. We're rejecting off the highs right now, so we've just taken out these highs, which was 15-minute, if you can see that. We're getting a reaction to the downside right now. Let's see. Let's see on YM. NQ, what's it doing? Kind of hanging out. Again, I really don't like this price action on NQ right now. These highs, this 23,520 is tripping me out. Don't like the shorts below that high. YM with a nice reaction right now. Marco, as per your experience, NQ gives traps more to retail traders, mostly in which time window? Stock open? Anywhere, like, I mean, stock open for sure. There's a pump of volume into the market. But stock open, 10 a.m. Those are good timings to look for. Should go long off this region here, but this is nothing I would take. Marco, love your advice. Appreciate you, brother. These highs on NQ, man. What time frame am I using for bias? I mean, for more intraday perspective, guys, I'm usually using... So, of course, I want to... The beginning of the day, you want to have an idea of where daily highs and lows are. So, you have your daily time frame. And then, again, from more of an intraday outlook perspective, 4 hour, 1 hour. I feel like the 1 hour is very powerful. And then, of course, for more intra-session scalping entries, you're going to hop down to the 15, 5, etc. Marco, how much capital are you managing? Right now on the copier, I have 400,000 on the copier. You're ignoring while futures seems lame right now. Futures is not lame right now, and I am not ignoring, brother. I'm trying my best to read every single message out here. I want to meet you. We got to do some meetups in the day. Some community meetups. There's probably liquidity below London low or 3 a.m. Eastern. Is that right? Yes. I do like that. What advice would you have for traders trying to pass a funded challenge? Don't rush it. Do not rush it. I remember my very first challenge I ever passed was actually FTMO years ago. And it took me... Oh, actually, you know what? My very first one was FTMO, but this was back in the day when we needed 30 days. They gave you 30 days to pass. So I had to pass it in 30 days. But take your time. Don't rush it, man. Even if it took you months, 2-3 months to pass your first one. Just trust the process. Now, again, for myself, I know that I can make money in trading. I know that I'm consistent. So I don't mind using more risk on funded challenges because I'm consistent now, right? But back in the day, was I full porting challenges? Was I over risking on challenges? No, I was not. Not a smart thing to do. Don't do that if you're definitely less experienced. That's dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Community meetup in Nashville. I do want to get out to Nashville one day. Marco, I need advice to the trader who is currently under massive drawdown. Tone down your risk. Tone down your risk. Evaluate why you're in massive drawdown. Is it a risking issue? Is it a strategy issue? A system issue? Take a step back, right? If you've noticed that it's a risk issue, and maybe you're making more mistakes because you're risking too much, then scale the risk down, right? Gain the confidence back up. Let's see what's going on right here. NQ is still trading below this high. 4 hour just closed up. So 10 a.m. is now in effect. Now, per my model, what tends to occur at 10 a.m., guys, is typically a reversal. So I'm keen to see what NQ does now. So we've taken out these lows, right? So I've been telling you guys longs to these highs. However, not a long I'd take, which is fine. However, I want to see what price now does above the highs. Let's see if we can... Yeah, let's see what kind of price action we get above these highs now. Because if a sell-off does occur, man, oh man, this higher time frame, if my higher time frame is correct, these lows are going to go. Okay, but if we need to induce higher again and take these highs out, that's also a possibility, right? We can revisit these highs. That's if we go long. So this is my long target if my short is incorrect. But however, if we do short these lows, man, these lows, we short and target London low. London low would be a good partial point. Actually, a very good partial point would be right here. So that is New York time, 9:50 p.m. low. 9:50 p.m. low from last night. How many accounts did it take you to pass one? Actually, funny enough, my very first challenge I ever bought with FTMO, I passed. How many accounts does it take you to pass one? Typically, like, let's just say I buy, because I buy multiple accounts at once, but I trade it as like it's one because I use the copy trader. But there's been times I'll blow like 2 challenges and then pass the third, right? Because I risk a lot on challenges, guys. So again, if I take 2 losses in a row, right, which can definitely happen in trading, and anyone can take 2 losses in a row, then I blow it, right? Which is fine to me though, because I don't look to trade the challenges slow anymore. I don't need to pass every single one. It's more of a time thing for me. I don't want to just put too much time into a challenge nowadays. I'd rather get to the funded stage and start making some real money on the funded. Is this your strategy or did you learn from someone? This is solely my strategy. Me and my business partner, actually, good friend of mine, Abid. I spoke about him quite a few times. I developed a strategy and then met him and we kind of just refined it along the way. I am actively sharing. We'll get there 500 soon. I appreciate you for sharing the stream. I appreciate every single one of you for hanging out with us. We're still waiting. I don't know if we're going to get another opportunity, but everything looks... Oh, man. I don't know. We'll see if this short does occur. 4-hour high is up here now on YM. If this thing does go long, ooh, this is some gross price action to go long. So don't act like you missed the long if it does occur, because this is yucky. How are you copy trading? I'm using a futures copy trader. Should you use TradeZella or Trade? I recommend using TradeZella for backtesting. Code CF20 for the most money off your subscription. Again, if you guys aren't on that TradeZella grind yet, if you can't afford it, that's fine. Hop in the chat. We'll give away as many as we can. But if you guys can afford it, get on the TradeZella. I promise you, it will help you. It tracks all of your data. You guys can see everything and anything. And then, of course, you can use the backtesting feature if you'd like as well. And they're consistently innovating and adding more and more things. So get on TradeZella. Of course, if you can afford it. If you can't, hop in the chat. Like the streams, and we'll be giving away TradeZella subscriptions as much as possible. Took me 20 10K accounts, now finally funded. 20 is a bit much, but hey, if you've had some lessons on the way, then that's fine. Now look to dial that back for sure. Definitely worth the cost. 100%, Chris. I agree, bro. It's nice to see you in here, Chris, as well. Welcome back. What prop firm do you recommend for U.S. traders? Junebug, which are you talking about futures or are you talking about Forex? How much you have prop firm account? Like how much, what account sizes do I trade? I trade 50K accounts. Marco, we're waiting for the next video on Inter-Equity. We are going to be putting out a lot of YouTube videos going forward. If you want to stay up to date, just follow my socials. They're going to be down in the description. Shahtaj says, Marco, you mentioned your 1-year struggle period stuck to the charts. Were you charting full-time or alongside a job? Both. I was working side jobs. So I used to be a plumber. So I'd be working side jobs. So I wasn't working directly for a company at the time. I used to. But at that time when I was doing trading as well, I'd be doing side jobs. So like just going out, I'd have ads and some side jobs all over town. And I'd go and like change a faucet, fix toilets, fix sinks, install new kitchen faucets, laundries, bathtubs, all that stuff. So I'd be working on the side to make sure I was paying all my bills still, because it's important for sure. Do you risk more on evaluation? I do risk more on evaluation. However, I do not recommend that for the newer trader. That it is a dangerous route to go, because if you are not consistent yet and you start over risking on challenges, it's a dangerous route to go, an expensive route to go, an unprofessional route. Yeah, so Lepeka, I just mentioned this. Funny enough, I passed FTMO on my very first try, and that was the first challenge I ever bought. Let's check out XAU USD, brother. I am not trading XAU USD. It is on the sidelines for me today. The best plumbing promo I ever saw is your pee and poo is my bread and butter. Oh my god. Guys, I am not trading gold right now. I know a lot of you guys are gold traders, but listen, if I'm not trading gold, I'm not going to look at it because I don't know where it's going. So I'm going to give you advice that, right, what kind of value is that? If I don't have an idea of where gold is heading, you probably shouldn't listen to me, right? No point in trying to trade XAU. Yeah, it's just, again, after that big move we had yesterday, guys, even if there is a move today, I'm just not interested. I doubt there's going to be something. But, again, yeah, not for me right now. How long did it take me to be consistently profitable? A couple years. Unfortunately, I went through a lot of BS content. A lot of, yeah, strategies that actually weren't working, and I was being taught them. So I went through a lot of, was like 2.5 years, maybe, of going through those kind of strategies. Loving the live session. I appreciate you, Blue Seeker. We have, I think, almost 360 people in here. Let me check the likes. Okay, there must be a glitch on my end again, right, guys? There must be a problem, because I see almost 360 live viewers and 240 likes. What's going on here? 360 people are watching, but we have 240 likes. Has to be a glitch, right? Has to be a glitch. I am out. No worries, bro. I appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Tomorrow, we got brother Tyler, TG Capital, trading with us tomorrow, 9 a.m. So, if you guys are free and you guys are trading tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, tune into the stream. Mr. Tyler is going to be staring at the charts with you guys, talking charts, talking trading, giving you guys some good advice. Nobody talks about building higher time frame bias. I always talk about building a higher time frame bias. Every single trade I ever frame out starts from the higher time frame. Tyler will be live streaming every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Yes, sir. Guys, you got to be tuning into those streams. That's the brother Tyler. Solid dude. Marco, during that 1 year of charting, backtesting, and looking at price action, developing an eye for it, were decisive factors in your transformation? Consistency. Straight consistency and repetition. Over and over and over and over. NQ above the highs. So, if we are going to short, guys, we should short here. We should short here if we do short today. Again, like I told you guys before, listen, my higher time frame could be very wrong, and we could explode to the upside. So, we'll see. We shall see. Why don't you trade Forex? I used to be in the Forex market. However, this year I transitioned to futures, and I am loving the futures market. A lot of scalability within these prop firms. So I'm going to stick with futures for a bit. However, I do want to get back into Forex in the future and start using and start swinging again, because believe it or not, my approach, my strategy, the way I traded before in Forex, I would take trades and hold them for days at a time. So it's been a little bit of a transition to come to the futures market, and I'm only taking intraday trades, right? So now I have to close my entries before market close, so before 5 p.m. I believe, or something, even before that. So now it's just strictly scalping and intraday. Funding Next is the best no cap. Funding Next is a great firm, 100% a great firm. Took that trade. Thanks, Marco. Well done. Well done. W's. Yes, sir. Apex is for futures. Yes, if you guys are looking to trade futures, Apex offers a massive discount right now using code CF. And guys, like, you can't go wrong. Like, you can get like a 50K account for like next to nothing. It's crazy. NQ shorts possibly. Let's see. If you look at this from the higher time frame perspective, 10 a.m. swept 9. If you look at the 4 hour, you can see that that's previous 4 hour high. So again, if this short does occur, it's looking pretty. We'll see. The 5 minute is closing in about 2 minutes here. We'll keep an eye. This will definitely be my last trade of the day, because then I don't want to be breaching any rules of mine, my risk limits. I have these risk limits in place for a reason. And of course, if my entry is incorrect, guys, it just means my higher time frame is wrong, and that's fine. That's why I have a risk limit in place, right? So a lot of people, they make the mistake of not setting limits for themselves, whether that's a trade limit, a risk limit, like however many trades you can take in a single day, or if you're comfortable risking 1% or 2% in a single day, they don't make those limits for themselves. So what happens is they'll take like 1, 2, 3 losses even, and they'll continuously try and trade to make that back, because they have no plan in place, no rules in place, right? And if your higher time frame is correct, you have to understand this. This is powerful. If your higher time frame is not correct, the lower time frames, your entry models will get disrespected over and over and over and over. That's why you need these rules in place, a plan in place. My business partner's name, his name is Abid. Been in shorts on Euro USD based on your strategy. 100 plus profit running. Cheers, Marco. Well done, Ronick. Good stuff, bro. How has your mindset about money changed since you started trading? Interesting question. I don't know. I feel like trading is weird, right? Because sometimes, like, for example, last Wednesday, I made just under $6,000, like $5,800 in a single day, in a single morning. Now, like, I closed that up. I'm looking on my screen and I see $5,800, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's like it's a good day. It's a great day. Obviously, any profit in a day is a great day, anyways. But then, like, let's just say I was holding $5,800 cash, like. It feels like it's more, if you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like, the numbers on the screen are one thing, but holding $5,800 cash is a whole different thing. So I don't know. It's a weird question. Not a weird question, sorry. It's a weird one. Good question, though. How to know I will never know if a reversal is happening. However, based off my system, typically if a reversal is going to occur, it usually does in and around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. sometimes. So in this example here, we've spiked out the highs. It's possible to see something occur. We'll wait and see. I'll keep you guys updated. If I do want to take something else, I'll definitely let you guys know. Shorts NQ, possibly. Possibly. Don't rule out this. And this is what I was talking about before. Look what we did yesterday. Oh, this mouse doesn't like working with me. But we've taken out highs and then trapped buyers. So there could be a long as well, guys. Not impossible. Right? I back up to these highs up here. So I'll mark this on the high. This is Friday high. 23,650. Definitely not impossible to get up there. Marco, how did you manage withdrawals to support your lifestyle? So that's a good question, actually, bro. When I started making good money in trading, actually one of my biggest months ever, and this is probably a common theme among traders that do well, I started spending a lot of money. And it was a big mistake of mine, because if you have a slow month afterwards and you're still spending money like thinking you're going to make that same amount you did the previous month, it's dangerous, man. Because when I had like a $30,000 month, and I thought I was Bill Gates, right? I was spending thousands of dollars left, right, and center. And then the following month, funny enough, I had a very slow month. But I was still spending a lot of money, blowing my profits left, right, and center. So I feel like it was a lesson that was necessary. Now I understand that not every month is going to be great. There's going to be months where I'm red. There's going to be months where I'm around break even. There's going to be months that are great, right? But that's trading, right? Not every month is going to be unbelievable, awesome. $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. It does not always happen. Look at AUD USD. I am not going to look at AUD USD right now, brother. If I'm actively just watching something right now, looking for an opportunity, I won't look at Forex right now because I don't trade it. Right? Like if I was looking at Forex and I missed a trade on assets I actually trade, that would be a frustrating one. Because I don't touch Forex. 4-hour high taken on YM. Look at that. What is the lowest RR I'll take? Like 1 to 2.5, I guess you could say. Typically, like I don't have a lot of trades that are 1 to 2.5 though. Like I maybe 1 to 3. Why did you not take a trade on NQ? I don't have anything that matches my my entry protocol. Nothing for me to take right now. We're closing in on 300 likes, guys. Listen, I just want to say I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in today, hanging out with me, asking me all these questions. I'm happy to answer as much as possible. I'm sorry if I'm missing any questions. My apologies. I'm trying my best out here to monitor these charts and also answer his questions as much as possible. YM might deliver this short. Should we give another stab at this? 4-hour high gone. Tap back into this area. Showing a rejection. Look at that liquidity buildup we got right now. Wow. What helped master psychology? I have not mastered psychology. I believe no one really has mastered psychology. I believe through experience on the charts, you can learn how to deal with psychology more and more and more. But it'll never be easy or mastered, in my opinion. Marco, have you ever used Wyckoff theory? I have not. I have heard of it, never used it. Alright guys, we're going to go short here on YM. And this is definitely my last trade of the day. Because after this trade, I'm going to be at my risk limit for the day. And I do not want to be breaking any rules of mine. So we'll see. We're either going to have a red day, or this thing will have a nice sell-off today. Let's see. I do like I do like how we have spiked up 4-hour high. We have had a rejection, and there is many lows to target to the downside. So we'll see, guys. I could be wrong. Again, if my higher time frame's incorrect, this lower time frame's it's irrelevant, right? So we'll have to wait and see. This is definitely, though, going to be my last trade of the day. So it's either we flip this red day to be a green, or it'll remain a red day for us, which is fine. Marco, what is your win rate? We talk about this a lot. It'll range anywhere in between 35 to 60%, depending on market conditions. Today, 0%, right? I've taken losses today, so I have a red day currently with you guys. Check out some Forex pairs. I won't do that right now, bro. Looks like we might have a rough day in front of us, boys. Red day today. Ah, man. Who's this? Ronak? I might be joining you on a red day. Why is liquidity the most important thing for me? It's just based off my my system, right? So that's just how I trade. It's okay, brother. Yes, 100. Always, it's okay. It's no worries at all. Red days happen. The thing is, too, guys, like if a red day occurs and you follow your plan, you follow your risk limits, all these different things, that's fine, because you never know what the next day has, right? Like, let's just say my day's red today, but then I have like a blow up. What if tomorrow comes along and there's a beautiful trade that would have wiped out all my losses and some, but I blew up today, so I'm not able to see that winner come through. So that's why it's important to have a plan, to have rules, and follow them on a daily basis. Learn how to become a good loser. We talk about that a lot here, right? The sooner you learn how to become a good loser, the more results you'll see. To new viewers here, Marco looks at NQ Gold and sometimes Euro USD. I actually don't look at Euro USD. I just look at it because a lot of people trade it in the chat. So if markets are ever slow, that's when I'll look at it. But these are the only things I trade. NQ, YM, and gold. All right, guys. It looks like this is not looking pretty. So have you identified phases in the market where you expect more drawdown and therefore trade less or reduce your risk? I mean, the summer was actually quite, that's a good question, Anna. The summer was quite slow. So there was actually periods in June that I did tone down my risk a little bit. But yeah. What is my entry protocol? Always off liquidity blocks. Some entries riskier than others. But overall, foundationally, needs to be after some sort of liquidity block, always. My overview on gold right now is not to touch it. That is just my opinion. I know a lot of you guys trade gold. If I had a good idea of where gold is heading, I would tell you guys. But like I said before, I don't have a good idea of where gold is heading right now. You told to be a good loser. Yes, it's all about understanding that losses are all part of the game. And look at this, guys. I'm going to have a red day today, so it happens to all of us. I wish it could be a green day every day, but that is not the reality of trading. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. It's not looking pretty, though. I did want to see a heavy continuation down. I mean, like, look at these lows we got here. It's a tough one. Intraday-wise, this looks great. But, again, if the higher time frame is not correct, it does not matter how good the lower time frame looks. The lower time frames will get disrespected over and over and over if the higher time frame is incorrect. Which looks like, guys, today our higher time frame was incorrect. And that's fine. It is what it is. Looking at you means trading is an ongoing learning process. 100%. 100%, bro. Like, I'm going to show you guys the reality of trading, right? I'm going to show you guys my losses. I'll show you guys my winners. I'll share everything with you guys. I'm always transparent. I have red days. I have red weeks. I haven't had a red month in a bit, but it happens, man. This is trading. Red day for me. I'm going to be joining you, Riansha. This doesn't look too pretty right now. If it's going to reverse, it needs to reverse right now. However, I won't lie to you guys. It looks yucky, yucky. I count it as a win if you stick to your edge. I agree. That, you know what? And that's a good perspective to have, right? If you shut the computers down, you shut the charts down, and you look at your plan, if you have it written down or you have it on your computer, wherever it is, if you look at your plan and system, and you checked all the boxes, meaning you followed everything from A to Z, that's a win, right? That's a green day. So that's a good way of looking at it. However, if you shut down the charts, and you shut down the charts, and you look at your plan, and you broke one or two rules, that's automatically a red day, right? If you're breaking rules, no good. And I think this is the most dangerous thing in trading is if you broke rules, but you made profit, that's dangerous, very dangerous, because you're allowing yourself to break rules to fight for profit, and that's no good, right? You have to remember these rules are set for a reason, right? And you need to follow them on a daily basis. I'm at a $30 drawdown in a 5K challenge. No worries, bro. You got this. I believe in you. I'm going to be at, I just bought these challenges on the weekend, so I'll be at like a $600 drawdown, $700 drawdown if this trade's incorrect. Getting stopped out by following rules is a win as well. I agree, bro. I agree. As long as you're following your rules, it's important to take the losses to the chin, move on with your day, and show up the next day with a clear mind. No emotion. Well, I'm not going to say no emotion because that's impossible, but tuck all that emotion to the side as much as possible. We have a rejection off the high, guys. Although still not the prettiest set of price action right now. We'll have to wait and see what else is going to occur here. I could still be wrong 100%. Definitely possible. Raj says, guys, no matter how much you watch or copy market, you have to backtest yourself. I agree. I definitely agree. Trading's a wild thing because it's crazy. If I sit here and you guys copy every single one of my trades, you still won't make profits. And you want to know why? Most of you guys will try and follow every single step of my trading. However, you won't manage them the same as me. Let's just say we take 2 losses in a row and the third one comes along, but you don't hold that third one to the target. The numbers game won't work anymore. Right? And that's wild because that's just how trading is. It's so psychology based and a lot of people overlook that. Marco, I journal my trades, but how I learned from this. You got to review all of your data, right? The days you're trading, what pairs you're trading, your risk, everything. See where you're going wrong. Is it the strategy, right? Is it the assets you're trading? Is it the days you're trading? What's a common pattern, a common theme, and a common pattern that you're of a mistake you're making in your plan. So you got to review everything, see where you're going wrong. Marco, on the higher time frames, why do I think NQ lows will be taken out? If you look at that long we had on Friday, I deem it to be false, meaning it was a trap move to the upside. So I believe the higher time frame has a lot of room back down to the downside. But I could be wrong. What's up, guys? What's up, OSAS Taker? Welcome, welcome. Welcome into the stream. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in today. Much love. I believe we broke a new viewer record today as well, which is awesome. Thank you for tuning in, hanging out. Hope yours plays out. Thank you, Marco. I like your name. I like your name, W. We'll see. It rejected off the highs, which looks decent right now. I mean, if we can skim through time frames, 30-minute just closed. Look at that wick we've left, taking out previous. Okay, and we're starting to get a little bit of a rejection. However, nothing too convincing as of yet. Okay, so I'm staying open to every possibility right now. So we'll have to wait and see. However, this trade does follow my plan. So if it is a loss, whatever. If it is a win, it's also whatever. Most importantly, we're following the plan every single day. Hey Marco, you run good. I do as well and follow you on Strava. Nice one, bro. Appreciate you. Keep running. Keep at it. Targets, please. Yeah, if this thing runs to the downside, I think we got... What low is this? This is in London. London low is on the cards for me. Definitely down here. 1 second. Let me put my bottle down. I'm drinking a shit ton of water over here because I had to run this morning, guys. So my bladder is full over here. But definitely a good target for me over here. Is the blue box a liquidity block? Yes, sir. Hourly low not taken. 30-minute low is taken. So I do want to see continuation now. If we see a sharp rejection from this area, it's going to blast off and take out my entry 100%. So we'll see. We will see. We're only up 13 ticks right now, 14 ticks. Our target is going to be about 160. Marco, do you ever feel like that would giving your strategy out to the world would take away some... No, it would not. It would not. Why is it that a lot of traders give up? Man, trading is not an easy thing. Mentally, it is very, very difficult. To show up and do something and apply yourself every single day but still not see results for years, I don't know another job out there that does that. So it's a lot on the mental, man. You have to have a lot of persistence. Do I think NQ have the same price dynamics as YM? I don't like to correlate too much. I just like focusing on the chart in front of me. So the way I view YM right now is we've had a massive buildup while we traded up to the upside. Took out this high, which traps sellers, induces buyers. So if any bullish reactions, any bullish pullbacks, I'm just deeming to be false per my system. And we've tapped into this area up here, which we've had a little bit of a reaction off yet. Which we had a little bit of a reaction from. However, again, nothing too pretty as of now. 30-minute wise, and we just pointed this out, we've taken out 30-minute low here. So again, if we are going to flip bullish, we'll flip bullish from here. If we don't, we should get that continuation down. As soon as we start taking out these lows down here, I'll remove the risk from the trade, so I'll be break even. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. We still have the 30-minute just opened up, so it's 25 minutes on that. 15-minute candle. Still got 10 minutes left on this thing. So you can see we're taking out some internal lows, and we're getting a little bit of a rejection right now. I'm not rolling my stop. I'm not touching my stop. If it wants to come out and take me out for full risk, that's fine. We're gonna have to just see this trade through. Farad says, I start to believe as long as you manage the risk, any strategy works. Not any strategy, but yes, most strategies. Again, it's not the strategy that's the problem for most people, guys. It's the trader themselves, unfortunately. And a lot of people will go in this toxic cycle of always switching strategies, finding a new strategy, but then they're neglecting the most important thing, the most important component, which is themselves. Marco, how do you decide if and when to increase a position? Okay, let's just say a good example right now. I took 2 L's before this trade. So am I going to size up on this? No. One, because I've just taken 2 L's. So there's no reason for me to go crazy. Also, I'm closing in on my risk limit for the day. It's basically a threshold that I don't want to breach. I'm just comfortable risking that figure every single day. So yeah, those are my reasonings as of right now, like for my current situation. Marco, do you watch your P&L while you're in a trade? Not really. I could if I wanted to. I used to try to avoid it, but that's like putting a band-aid on the wound, in my opinion. The more you experience uncomfortability, it will become more comfortable. Okay, think about that. Could I explain on what candle I entered? So this is a kind of a straightforward entry. I'm not going to lie to you guys. A little more aggressive. These aren't my favorite. However, we took out that 4-hour high. We're in an area of interest to the left-hand side over here. Okay, and we've had a 5-minute close to the downside. So you can see here this 5-minute candle. I wanted price to hold. I'll just put a blue box around it so it's easier. So that candle right there. I wanted price to stay below that high. And then see that push to the downside. So that's just exactly how I entered. Nothing crazy. This isn't my favorite type of trade. However, this is an entry I'll take basically off time. Like it's solely based off time. The 4-hour closes up, we spike it, we get a reaction down. That's how I took it. Mr. Father, please stop spamming the same question over and over. I'm gonna get to your comment as soon as I can. What advice can you give us about your trading journey? That's a very broad question, bro. Is it wise to enter multiple positions in a losing trade? It's situational, right? Are you just entering to continuously over risk and scale into a losing trade? No. If you're entering because your system allows you to take another entry, that's fine, right? It all depends on how you're scaling in. If you're scaling in just based off pure emotion and rage, probably not, right? Is it possible to become a profitable trader without a mentor? 100%. 100%. Some people, in my opinion, need one. But other people, I know many people that didn't have a mentor. And they make money in trading. They're profitable. You already have trade? Yes, I'm in a trade currently right now. You can see my entry on the right hand side over here. Does TradeZella offer free trials? No. But if you hang out in the chat as long as possible and you keep spamming that like button and you keep sharing the stream, we give away free TradeZella subscriptions as much as possible. So keep an eye on the chat and maybe you'll get lucky and win a TradeZella subscription. Advice for passing a funded challenge. Patience. Don't rush it. If it takes you a week, awesome. If it takes you a month, no problem. If it takes you 2 months, no problem. Just don't rush it. Day by day, week by week. That's it. What's your target, Marco? If this thing decides to sell off to the downside for us, we'll look at London low down here. That's the only spam we accept is that like button. Let's go. W. That like button, spam that thing. That's it. Decent reaction right now on YM. However, we just got to continue to monitor. Nothing too pretty right now. 30-minute is looking like we're staying below that low, which is nice to see. Again, like I told you guys before, if we were going to long back up, this 30-minute low is of interest to me. I would want to see price stay below it, and you continuously see closures below and continuations to the downside, eventually getting to H4 low, and then we have London low down here as well. KB24 says, for your prop firm, you mentioned you have 50K accounts. Why don't you get a 100K account? So, good question. Very good question. The reason being is because when I transitioned from Forex to futures, I was just kind of testing the waters and trading. The first challenges I ever bought in futures were 50K accounts. Once I passed them, I already had 50K accounts and I started using the trade copier. I wanted to make sure all my accounts were the same balance because for risk reasons, if I'm copying trades from a 50K account onto other accounts, I want to make sure they're all the same balance, right? So for that reason, I just stuck to 50K accounts. With the benefit of hindsight, do I wish I chose 100Ks or bigger ones? Yes, I wish I did. But man, I'm making a lot of money from just 50K accounts. So, and you can make a lot of money from 50K accounts. So it's all good. Maybe in the future we'll try something different. Maybe we go to one firm and only trade 100Ks there or something. So we'll see. If this trade doesn't reach target before market close, then you will manually close out. Yeah, the firms will actually auto close it for us. Marco, do you ever increase size? Good question. Do you ever increase size because you're risking the profits? That's a good perspective to have. Once your accounts are in profit, so like for example, this funded account I'm trading right now, one of them at least is 7% in profit, right? So think about it like this. Have the perspective of it's up 7%, so you have like 7% of house money. So yeah, you can scale more risk, that's fine, but scale more risk because it's a quality trade, right? Don't just scale more risk because you're in profit, in my opinion. Obviously, scale the risk appropriately. Want to boom on YM? Yeah, we're going to see. We're getting a decent candle to the downside right now. Here's the 1 hour spiking above the highs, getting that reaction to the downside. 30 minute, looking good. 15 minutes, decent. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be risk off as soon as this 4 hour low goes. About strats, I spend a lot of time going through many, and from each I took a piece. With yours, I finally feel like I completed it. That's why I believe searching is important, but stay mindful of it. That's fine, yeah. In the learning stages, guys, it's not a problem to make mistakes and like test the waters, see what strategy resonates with you. That's completely fine. However, once you start reaching more of a consistent level, like you're making a little bit of profits here and there, maybe some payouts, maybe you're in like a break-even phase, stick with the strategy, refine it on the go. But don't just consistently look elsewhere, because there's not a golden key out there. I can promise you guys that. There's not one strategy that trumps every strategy out there. So please be careful. Watching from India, love you, bro. Please call my name Nitin. Nitin, thanks for joining in, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in this stream. I think today, oh my God, guys, we hit 305 likes. W in the chat. Let's go. 300 likes today. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. That is definitely another record, I believe. I don't think we've had 300 likes before. So that's awesome. I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in and hanging out. Even the wifey's still tuning in and hanging out with us. W Hannah. Why trade YM over NQ? I just like the entry on YM more. That's it. Again, guys, I never really correlate my my charts. I just trade the chart in front of me. That's it. We're getting a reaction out of this area right now on YM. It's another area to look at. I do want to see continuations occur to the downside. I don't want to see us hold this area and go long. Been here since day one. Yes, you have. You are a very familiar name, so I appreciate you. Can you please give us some tips on backtesting your strategy on TradingView the right way? Well, you have to know the strategy in order to test it the right way. So watch videos, learn, apply them on your own, right? So basically learn, apply, stay consistent. Consistent repetitions. There's going to be times you're like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. There's going to be other times where you're like, oh my God, I love this. This is amazing. But just stay consistent and consistently apply the concepts over and over and over. Repetition. Does Tyler feel jealous because we hit 300 likes? I think he does. I'm playing. All love to brother Tyler. Guys, unfortunately, this is my last day on the stream for the week. Of course, you guys will see me back here next week. But Tyler is on tomorrow, so he's gonna take care of you guys. He will be on tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys are on the charts and you guys are trading, please tune in tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard. You guys are going to be on with Tyler. He will take care of all of you. Hopefully he doesn't take 2 losses like I did today. What percentage of profits do you spend on yourself, and what percentage of profits do you put back into trading? I don't really know. I've never really looked at it like that. Tyler has a different personality. He pumps you up. I agree. That guy he's hilarious, honestly. I even love staying in the stream and watching him. He's pure entertainment and a savage trader. So you got everything in one with Tyler. How many hours per day are you trading? I am done in like 15 minutes. To be honest with you, I could probably hop off now. But I'm just hanging out with you guys on stream for the next little bit. But usually my cutoff time is like 11:30. And then I'm done. I'm done zone. That's it for me. Shout out to Tyler. Yes, I agree, Ronix. Shout out to Tyler. TG unhinged. Yes, sir. You took losses with a happy face. That's amazing. Ah, man. That's what it is. And unfortunately, a lot of people haven't learned that yet. And that's why that's the one thing I'm always going to preach to you guys. And I think it's very, very powerful. And I'll say it again. The sooner you learn how to become a good loser, the more progress you'll see in your trading. The less you care about your losses, the better you'll perform over a long period of time. Okay? If you take a loss and you immediately get emotional and you're like, oh my God, this isn't working for me. What's going on? Like, you're allowing so much emotion to creep in, and then it'll just take over your trading. You'll make mistakes. You'll mismanage. You'll fall off your rules. You'll fall off your plan. All these different things. Understand and tell yourself, if you take a loss, like guys, I took a loss today. That's completely fine. I understand losses that's literally what trading is about. You take losses, you take wins. Big W. Appreciate you, Joyce. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, guys, if you haven't watched my episode yet on ChartFanatics, mods have posted in the chat. That is my episode right here. I'll spam it in the chat for a second. That is my episode of ChartFanatics. So that is exactly how I trade. I'm not hiding nothing. I'm showing you guys how I trade from A to Z, higher time frame to lower time frame, all the way down to an entry. And we talked trading for like 2 hours. There's so much content. There's so much value in that video. So if you haven't watched it yet, go and take a peek. What do you do after trading? It depends what day it is, but usually I'm either going to the gym or running. So example for today, I ran before I traded. So I was up a little earlier this morning and I had to run before. So typically now I'll probably most likely go gym after I'm done trading. Or if I have a little bit of work to do, I'll do that. But I like to fill up my days. Very rarely am I just sitting around doing nothing. I can promise you that. And I like staying busy. It's a good feeling to make sure you're always doing something. Amazing episode on ChartFanatics. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the kind comments. I was going through the comments a couple days ago. I think it was on the weekend, and a lot of you guys were showing love. So it's a good feeling to see. It really is. And I think we have smashed. Let me take a look real quick on my end. Let me see. All right, ChartFanatics channel. I think we're at 226,000 views on the video. Crazy. So crazy. Honestly, blew my expectations out of the water. So cool to see. Gurpreet says, gotta go, Marco. I'll see you Thursday. I am not on this Thursday, bro. I was trading live with you guys Monday and Tuesday this week. We had a little bit of a change of schedule, temporary change. So I'm on Monday and Tuesday this week. And then I'm also on Monday and Tuesday next week as well. So you guys have Tyler tomorrow. And then Riz on Thursday, I believe. So I am not on any more days the rest of the week, unfortunately. In Nigeria, going to the gym is really a waste of time. Why is that? Going to the gym is never a waste of time. You could even work out at your house, body weight workouts. Funny enough, I go to the gym, but I basically do a lot of body weight workouts at the gym. I rarely do machines or weights. You seem to be a very disciplined person, which is reflected in your trading also. 100% I agree. Thanks for the comment, but I think that's a strong thing to incorporate in your daily life, guys, is if you have discipline outside of trading, off the charts, I think it has a direct correlation with your trading. Right? If you're disciplined off the charts, I believe you'll be disciplined on the charts. Anna says, thank you so much, Marco, for sharing your time with us, answering questions. Blessings to you. Much love, Anna. Thank you for the kind comments. And thanks for hanging out with us. What a stream today. What a stream. I had such a good time. You know what's funny is we took loss today, but I still had a great time. I always have a good time with you guys, though, honestly. Marco, tell me about inter-equity community. There's nothing really to tell you about. It's just my community where, yeah, everybody in there trades how I trade, basically. All my socials are in the description of the live stream. So if you guys do want to follow me, you guys have the opportunity of following me via all my links in the description of the live stream. Do you consider your strategy mechanical? It is mechanical, but you need to be adding logic and stuff. So it's not completely systematic. Like, it's not based off patterns. You need to make sure there's logic and reasoning in your analysis, not just trading a high, low, low, high, and then you buy, right? There needs to be logic all the time. Marco, this is the 3 instruments you trade? Yes, sir. NQ, YM, Gold. They have been providing me for a while now, so I'm not going to change. I'm going to stick with them for the time being. Mohammed says, thank you, bro. Great live session. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you guys for the kind comments. All right, guys. It's coming to an end. Listen, I appreciate every single one of you for hanging out with me today. I had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Again, unfortunately, I was on today. Well, not unfortunately, but we had a change of schedule. So I was on Monday and Tuesday this week with ChartFanatics. Unfortunately, I won't be on till next Monday. Okay, so excuse me. So I'll see you guys next week. But again, I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for smashing the like button. We are breaking records over here. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Please trade safely. Practice that plan. Don't break those rules. And Mr. Tyler will be hanging out with you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Much love, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we will talk soon. Take care, guys. Ciao.